I shall. I shall. I wish I had like gotten something today, like a snack before doing this video.
Are you deep in the?
I'm already situated, and the sun is about to set, and you know how we get when the sun sets.
There we go. It's how you get the best content.
Yes. Yes. All right, girlie, I'm gonna have to leave you for a second. Okay, you take care.
All right.
This is literally where Janet Jackson came once. For some reason, I feel more comfortable talking. Oh, she hung up. Now I'm gonna feel awkward recording here. All right, but my pink belt will look really cute. We have gathered today. We have gathered today, my brothers and sisters. We have gathered today to speak of. My brothers and sisters, we have gathered today to speak of commentary channels. Okay. Let me give you a bit of perspective before I go more into it. I'm outside in mosquito land, so you know I mean this with all my fucking heart. Years ago, I was really engulfed into commentary channels. Granted, I was young, I was dumb, ridiculous, and just like hating my life too. So it's like a good distraction. And then even at some point, I tried to like start a commentary channel myself. But I don't know, as I was making that email to make that account, to make it into a YouTube account, I was like, what is the message I want to set out to the world? What do I want to do that sets me apart? Funny, because I called it messy talk, but kind. I made one video. I don't even know if I ever published it. And I was like, I don't think I want to do this. I feel like there's something negative about this. And maybe that's when my brain started developing a little bit. I think I was 19 or 18. And I really thought I was grown. And I wasn't. Anywho. And I was like, I don't think I like this. I realized that I was within a mentality that wasn't right. Something was off within me, and I needed to fix it. And I could not be on the internet making videos until I settled into myself and into my own mind. And I wouldn't say that that's ever really gonna happen. I don't know. I actually don't know. I want it to happen so bad. All I know is that now I feel better about it. And I think also being on social media, seeing people cancel, especially during that time, was very scary because it made me afraid to speak. But I think we all, at the end of the day, once you realize that we're all just people who have opinions, and sometimes, very few times, your opinion will not hurt anyone else. So this is the point of this video. My opinion is not to hurt you. My opinion, or anyone that I mentioned in this video, my opinion is to maybe help you see better. Maybe see something that you have not been seeing. Something I would have really loved to hear back then that would have given me a lot of perspective. Let me know if you can understand what I'm saying, even with my speech impediment. I watched, like a lot of it happened during the Dramageddon thing. Like James Charles, and he was talking about sucking the good book. And Jeffree Star, back to your channel. And Shane Dawson, nasty, no shower. I'm only talking about the images I saw through the internet, okay? But, I genuinely thought Shane Dawson did not shower for most of the time. I think he spoke about it too. That was just so gross to me. But at the end of the day, I don't know these people. I don't know them personally. So that was a few years ago. Now, most recently, like within the last 2 years, I went on this, and that, like, back then I used to eat that shit up, okay? An expose about someone on my feed, count me in. Click, 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 clickety, click, 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 clack. And then, oh, a bird. Ah, look at the sun behind me. And then, I mean, the shift started happening a while back, right? I took a step back from social media. I don't know, if you ever find my old channel, I was very depressed, okay? For a lot of reasons. Like, that to this day I'm still healing from. But I'm doing a lot better now. Because turns out all of they were circumstantial. It was due to the circumstances I was in. I hope you can still see me. I'm just gonna come closer. Anywho. Anyways, I saw this commentary channel about like this couple, Abby and whatever. I don't know, they're like this really popular YouTube couple. And I watched some of their videos. That's it. At the end of the day, if something doesn't interest you, just click away, right? Anyways, saw this expose of them, whatever. And this guy was like, oh, her husband sucks. Because it was a video about, like, he was reacting to a video about him talking about how she doesn't feel the same. Down there. And he's like, oh, how horrible. How could you say that to his wife? And the thing is, she was asking. Anywho, I don't know. He was really talking in a way like, you're just like, I stepped back a little bit. And I was like, this feels very negative. We don't know these people. You don't know these people. And I just thought as like perspectively, if you ever were in front of these people and you hung out with these people, would you say the same thing? Do we, even in real life, we don't go up to strangers just say random things about them. You don't go out to your coworker that you barely see and just be like, you're this nasty bitch. Even though sometimes you want to do that, especially to the coworkers that really be fucking with you. But to an extent, everything that's shown on social media is just one small part of them. And if I could remember the YouTuber that made this video, I would. All I know is I hadn't seen him in years. And I started watching that video. And I just unsubscribed because I was like, you don't know these people. This is very, very negative. And back then I would have ate it up and be like, oh my gosh, you know, like I was there when James Charles was, I don't know, losing customers or whatever you want to call it. I was watching the countdown, like when the followers were going down, and I was like, oh my gosh, on YouTube. And I was in college. So the shift that happened within me, I guess it's part of maturing, but also finally recognizing what was wrong back then that I didn't or couldn't quite identify. And it's just that we don't really know these people. We really don't. Like, I will give you an example, and I hate to do this, but it's really been in my heart for a very long time. I've just had this feeling. Specifically, the only one I can really name, D'Angelo Wallace. I don't know. Oh, no. Caleb Hammer, too. Like, if you look at his comments, right? And I understand that Caleb Hammer's videos are meant to be, like, are scripted mostly and stuff like that. But it's like, what type of energy are you really putting out there into the world? And are you really being helpful if you're shaming people out of things or into things? You know what I mean? Like, he's very abusive in his language, which he really doesn't need to be. And I understand it's scripted. Okay, that part I do understand. But when you do things like that, the vibes that come off the screen are all negative. And then you look at his audience, and they're all people shitting on these people, trying to make themselves better. And I'm like, I don't think these are really financing videos at all. I think this is just a way for people to, like, wank off and, I don't know, make them feel better about themselves. Because, like, what is the point? What are we fucking doing? And I watched the most recent, like, yeah, okay. I have had this feeling also about D'Angelo Wallace for a very long time. Since I like found his channel. And most people will praise him. Yeah. And again, I don't know if this is not me saying that he's a bad person. I really don't know this guy. And I watched his Caleb Hammer video too. Separately from when I used to watch Caleb Hammer. But yeah, if you go to Caleb Hammer's videos, look at the comments. Most of them are just so negative. It's like, why? Do we realize that the more harm, the more we dehumanize others, the more we dehumanize ourselves, so really our lives are not getting better by it. If you take your anger out online, which I used to do, and it was enough for me to be like, something is off here. Let me back the fuck up. And I was like, I think I'm projecting, or whatever you want to call it. I think this is a way for me to let out my anger. But these people have nothing to do with it. I think maturity is realizing you should be more careful who you watch even in terms of commentary channels, babes. Anywho, I watched that video of D'Angelo Wallace. Oh, there's children. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Right. Like, okay, I'm just gonna come back here. D'Angelo Wallace, that video he made of Caleb Hammer. At first I was like, dude, you don't know this person. And then I like watched it through and I was like, oh, I didn't know he was a creep. Not D'Angelo, the Caleb guy. There's a whole Reddit about it. That I stand with. And then James Vanderbeek, I think that his first name is James, passed away. And then not even a few days later, D'Angelo had a video about like how his wife is an anti-vaxxer. This video, I only saw the thumbnail. But I feel like, and I get it's his job, that's how he makes a living. But what about integrity? I don't know, I just feel like even if sometimes, hold on, let me separate this. My mind is here. This is what I believe. Sometimes the people that you hate, right, that have done actually bad into the world, that do wrong, deserve criticism anytime. And sometimes people, especially the ones that you don't really know, the criticism can happen after, even months later, after a tragedy has happened to them. You know what I mean? She just lost her husband to cancer, by the way. So the death isn't the only part that is traumatic, okay? When they were going through cancer together was traumatic. Her husband passes away and you want to make a video about how she's an anti-vaxxer. There's a disconnect here. There's truly a disconnect. I don't know if that's the right word. But what are we really doing? How is this okay? Forget, like, yes, I didn't watch the video, but just like the thumbnail itself. What message is it sending to that other person? It's just something that I wonder. I just know something is off about it. I don't know what exactly. And I have a feeling that I'm maybe ahead of time here, times. But something doesn't feel right about that. And this is me talking about these people's actions, not these people directly, because I don't know him. Maybe I could never know him, okay? I only watch his videos once in a while. Even then, I always get a bad vibe. I always get a bad vibe from commentary channels, most of them, except for that British guy. Oh my gosh, that British guy. Oh my gosh, that adorable British guy. I don't remember his name. But he's so stupid. And like not the Alex guy. He has round eyes though. and he's like kind of chubby. He always like shows two sides of things. And before I was this more awakened person, I used to be like, oh my gosh, what a boring guy. Oh my gosh, you're like so not dramatic. But like now I understand. Like he gives perspectives of two sides. And it's so enjoyable to watch his videos because you get so much. You know what I mean? You don't form just one opinion. You're like, oh dang. Like, oh, okay, we see. And he makes part 2, part 3, you know what I mean? Like with more information. Oh, if I knew that his name. I just know that he created a new channel where like about games with his girlfriend or wife. I don't know. Not wife, probably. I don't know. He's young. He's from the UK, I think. But yeah, he's a little bit chubby. He has round eyes. Seems like a really nice guy. But yeah. I don't know. There's something sinister about this. And I just want you as a viewer to be careful. It's so easy to be engulfed and to be sucked into that. It's so easy to join in and be like, yo, screw that person. Fuck that person. And you, because it's happened to me, okay? It is not something I'm proud of. Yes, I was young. Yes, I had, I don't know, less awareness about things. Yes, I was projecting or whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't make what I did any more right. So it makes me think like all the people who be throwing hate on the internet, something is off there. So before you do so, make sure your mental health is okay. I don't think your mental health is okay. And I want you to understand that the internet is just a world of itself, but you can cause harm within it. But I also want you to understand it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn from them. Okay, sometimes it's not okay to make mistakes. But what's most important is that you do better. And you will fall sometimes. You're having a human experience. You know, I look back at it sometimes and I'm like, I think as a child, I used what I got out of it what I learned from it, if it makes sense. Like, that's what mostly people, I don't know, in the age of the internet, what else are you gonna do? You know, when I was younger, that's what I thought. Like, yeah, this is like mind catching. It's like they knew how to grab my attention. But at the same time, I had no business saying all these nasty things about people that I didn't know. So now I've learned to just gather the information and just move on with my life. What a beautiful night. What a beautiful night. We should have had wine. But I don't think it's legal to drink it outside. Oh my gosh, everybody's gone. How perfect. Anywho. I just want you to be careful and be more aware of what you do and your surroundings and what you say on the internet. Either way, I just wish you the best. And I'm not happy about a lot of what I've done. That's it. So I hope that one day you can be okay with what you've said. I don't know. All I'm saying is what I said. Just be careful watching commentary channels because they give you certain vibes, certain energy that may not actually be what you are as a person, but you just use it, you know, while you have it and use it negatively. And remember, you don't know these people. The same way some of you might want to be millionaires one day, you know, and see yourselves as rich. Maybe assimilate yourself with some of these people. And I'm not saying that famous people don't do bad things. They definitely do, okay? A lot of them suck. But just be careful. Be careful about your energy. Sometimes you can get angry about something that doesn't really affect you, or something that really has nothing to do with you. Something that's not really the whole picture of things. Oh yeah, one other thing that bothers me about D'Angelo is the conviction he has in the videos that I've watched. I haven't watched all the videos, but throughout the years, I've seen the conviction he has had. And I just don't agree with it. I think for you to be able to come online, right, and make a platform out of calling people out, at some point, some of the people you call out for certain behaviors, I feel like it's valid to be like, come on there and be like, you fucking suck. Like, you abuse people and you did this and you did that. And I also think it's fair to be like, hey, we don't really agree with what you did. But I think that at some point there was some commentary. There are some commentaries that pass through because you got to also make money about certain influencers or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But at some point you put yourself in such a pedestal depending on the content that you're making, that now you have to be perfect. And none of us can really be perfect. I don't know. I just know that I hate the arrogance that I saw. Or I don't know what other word it is. I just hate something, like something in me just hates to see. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just a feeling that I fucking hate. Like something isn't right here. Just like I hated that other guy's video, and if I remember his name, maybe I'll put it here. All I know is that I unsubscribed, and he was like a blonde guy or whatever, but I would never fucking watch him again. Such fucking negative shit. Anyhow, that's it. That's the tweet. I don't have the answers. It just don't feel right. That's it. Anyways, the world is falling apart. Have a croissant or don't. Really don't. Save up your money or don't. Because the world's gonna end anyway. I'll see you in the next square. Alright. Ciao. Right.
You vlogging? Or are you just recording for yourself?
Am I vlogging? No, I'm just... Well, I guess for it's for the channel.
Yeah, your vlog, right?
I guess.
Podcast.
I'm giving a very important speech.